Emily's life appeared to be the definition of perfection. At 28, she had a successful career as a marketing executive for a luxury brand. She lived in a spacious apartment in the heart of the city, drove a sleek car, and had a boyfriend, Liam, who was everything a woman could want: a wealthy, charming, and socially respected. Their relationship, however, always felt surface level to Emily. Despite his good looks and status, she felt emotionally distant from him. She often found herself lost in thought, wondering if there was more to life than the sparkling thoughts she lived. She would never admit it to anyone, but there was something missing, something she couldn't quite place. She missed the deep emotional connection she once had with someone else, someone from her past. One evening, while scrolling through social media, Emily stumbled upon a familiar name. It was Jack, her childhood best friend. Jack and she had grown up together in a small town. They shared memories of innocent laughter, adventures, and late-night talks about dreams and aspirations. He had been a constant, but life had separated them after college. A wave of nostalgia swept over her, and she found herself messaging him. To her surprise, Jack replied instantly. The two of them quickly rekindled their bond through late-night phone calls and messages. Jack had changed, of course. He was no longer the carefree teenager Emily remembered. He was now working 2 jobs, trying to make ends meet, but he was still the same kind, caring person he had always been. Their first meeting after years felt surreal. Emily had expected it to be awkward, but it wasn't. The connection they had was still there, deeper than ever. They shared old stories, laughing and reminiscing about the past. But Emily couldn't ignore the subtle shift in her feelings. There was a warmth in Jack's gaze that made her heart flutter. He had always been there, and now it seemed like he was more than just a friend. Emily's relationship with Liam had begun to fray. Liam, though charming, was increasingly absent. He spent more time with his friends and at social events, leaving Emily to question the authenticity of their connection. One night, Emily decided to visit Liam unannounced. What she found shattered her world. Liam was with another woman, his secretary, who had been flirting with him for months. Heartbroken and feeling betrayed, Emily confronted Liam. He denied everything, but Emily couldn't ignore the proof before her eyes. The man she had believed in, the man she had trusted with her heart, had betrayed her in the worst possible way. The pain of betrayal was unbearable, but it also sparked something inside Emily. She realized she had been living a lie, staying in a relationship with Liam because it was easy, because it looked good on paper. But now she was ready to face the truth. She had been searching for love in the wrong place. Jack had been Emily's emotional rock through everything. He never judged her, never asked for anything in return. As Emily spent more time with him, her feelings deepened. Jack, who had always been quiet about his emotions, finally opened up one evening. They were sitting by a lake, watching the sunset, when Jack turned to her. "Emily," he began, his voice trembling, "I've always loved you. Since we were kids. I never stopped loving you, even when life took us in different directions. I didn't want to ruin our friendship, but I can't hide it anymore." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. She had always known there was something special between them, but hearing Jack's confession made her heart swell with emotions she didn't expect. She had loved Jack too, but it was complicated. He was poor, struggling to make a living, while she had the world at her feet. Could love truly overcome these differences? I don't know, Jack," Emily whispered, her voice full of doubt. "You deserve someone who can give you everything. I'm with Liam, and I don't know if I can just throw that away." Jack's heart shattered, but he respected her decision. "I would never ask you to leave him for me, Emily. I just needed you to know how I feel." Emily found herself torn between the life she had built with Liam and the raw, real love she felt for Jack. She spent days in agony, unable to decide what was best for her. Jack had never asked for anything in return for his love, but Emily couldn't ignore the sacrifices he had made for her. As Emily tried to navigate her emotions, she uncovered more of Liam's lies. He had been hiding a series of business failures from her, and it became clear that his wealth was built on shaky ground. The more Emily discovered, the more she realized how superficial and dishonest her relationship with Liam truly was. Chapter 6. The Breakup. Emily finally made the hardest decision of her life. She called Liam and ended their relationship. It was painful, but necessary. She had to let go of the man who had betrayed her and embrace the love that had always been there, waiting for her. Jack was there for her, as he always had been. Their bond grew even stronger as Emily realized that true love was not about status or wealth. It was about trust, loyalty, and emotional connection. Emily and Jack began a new chapter in their lives together. It wasn't easy. Jack still struggled with financial difficulties, but their love for each other was unwavering. They supported each other through thick and thin. Emily found a new sense of purpose, one that wasn't tied to her job or her possessions. She realized that real happiness came from the people you love and the connections you make. As for Jack, he was finally able to live his life without the weight of unspoken love. He had always been the quiet one, the one who hid his feelings for fear of rejection. But now, with Emily by his side, he felt complete. He had found a love that was worth every sacrifice. Years passed, and Emily and Jack's relationship only grew stronger. They never let go of the lessons they learned along the way. The importance of staying true to oneself, the value of love over wealth, and the power of emotional honesty. They faced challenges, but their love never wavered. And in the end, Emily realized that the love she had been searching for was right in front of her all along. It wasn't the glamorous, superficial love she had expected. It was the deep, soulful love of a childhood friend who had always been there for her, even when she didn't realize she needed him the most.